Hello and welcome back. So today we're going to go through the entire collection of Lord of the Rings role-playing and The One Ring. It's not going to be a comparison of rules or anything like that. It's just going to be a discussion of what is in both collections, because I've got all of the publications for both here. And it's almost a kind of buyer's guide, so what you can expect from each publication. So let's get cracking. So The One Ring is based on its own rule set by Free League, and the Lord of the Rings role-playing is based on a 5th edition adventuring rule set, which D&D players and Pathfinder players and all that kind of stuff will be well versed in. So if you're looking to just get straight into a Tolkien-based RPG and you know the adventuring rules from 5th edition, you can get in there very quickly with this. Or you can go with the One Ring rules, which are, for me, a little bit more, I wouldn't say lore accurate, but I would say that a little bit more fitting for the world of Lord of the Rings. So that's the difference between the collections. In terms of the content, we'll go through it quickly, but they match up very, very closely. So this is the starter set for the One Ring. There is no starter set for Lord of the Rings role-playing, but what we'll do is we'll actually come on to that in a minute, because it does match up with one of the other books from this side. This is a One Ring core book. It probably looks different to your core book because this is a collector's edition that was released with a Kickstarter. You will probably have the black cover, but basically these core books are the same. It's got the same source material. Only difference will be the rule sets within. So like I say, adventuring rules, One Ring rules. But other than that, they are, they're a core book. They set the scene very well. They are both actually very good. Lots and lots of information in both. So just to sort of qualify that, there you go. It's very similar. So the inside cover is the same. And as you go through all of the various material inside, you can see that they are very, very similar. But honestly, both fantastic core books. For me, probably, I'm a massive fan of Lord of the Rings and everything Tolkien. So I've had massive fun with these books. Really, really, really very good. But they are core books, and they are there to get the GMs up and running and ready for the game. So next up, let's talk about the One Ring starter set. So in this starter set, you will get a 24-page volume of the condensed rules, a 52-page compendium covering the 4 farthings of the Shire, all the way from Greenholm to the west to Buckland and the Old Forest in the east. That information is in this book, The Shire Adventures. So back to the starter set, 32-page volume containing 5 exciting adventures to play. Those also feature in this book as well. Other things from here is some character sheets, some war gear cards and some other stuff, dice and that kind of thing. They obviously don't appear here, but basically this starter set is very, very good in terms of the source material and the adventuring stuff. They are reprinted into the Shire Adventures for 5th edition playset. So that's how those two products match up. Now have the Ruins of Eriador and Ruins of the Lost Realm. The same book, different rule sets again. This is very, very cool. So it's actually got a pretty brief but very good overview of what's in here. So Chapter 1 expands the possibilities for adventure, including regions of South Eriador, once a part of the Kingdom, and Arnor. Part 2 provides the lore master with a set of narrative elements that could be used to determine the fate of Eriador. Chapter 3 goes through 12 sites of interest that are presented in the core volume. So a good load of source information there, obviously featured here as well. And that is very, very pertinent to the Tales from Eriador and Tales from the Lone Lands, which is basically an adventuring book set, well, related very, very much to this. So you'll be able to see from the contents, there are lots and lots of different scenarios and that kind of thing that go through here. So very, very cool. And then the most recent release is Moria Through the Doors of Durin for the One Ring, and Moria Shadow of Khazad-Dum for Lord of the Rings role-playing. And basically these are more source books within the Moria setting. Also included here is a fantastic, really, really well fleshed out solo mode for RPG. That doesn't sound like it makes sense because everyone needs a GM. Well, they don't always need a GM. There is very, very good rules in here about collecting a party of dwarves and basically adventuring in Moria. Now, to go with that, I just grab my starter set. Speaking of solo, I'll just quickly go through to get to the right information. There's some very good printed material available for the One Ring. One of them, and this can be downloaded pretty cheaply. I think each PDF is just a couple of pounds or a couple of dollars. You've got the Strider mode for One Ring. That is a fully fleshed out solo mode, which is really, really kind of well put together, and will allow you to kind of almost AI a GM to get things going. It also has Peoples of the Wilderland, which has more source material for the different races that you will find. And then you have Character Life Paths, which basically gives you some tables and that you can use to assist in character creation and fleshing out as well. So that Strider mode, very important for solo, which again gets even more important when it comes to these Moria books, because that has a separate but very, very well thought through solo mode. Again, that side of it is very much pointed towards the dwarfs adventuring in Moria. Now, something that I very much like about these kind of intermediate books is that a lot of the information that is in there that helps you put together either your adventuring phases or trying to do some world building and that kind of thing, it all relates very, very clearly and concisely to information that is in the core books. So there's lots and lots of references to go to various chapters from the core books, which is going to assist in helping you out with your adventuring in the further source materials. For me, the way that this kind of is growing, I don't know really what's next for basically both of these rule sets, but what we've got is these Moria books is they have a hell of a lot of world building and source material and that kind of thing. So I've got a feeling that the next release will probably be some sort of adventuring in Moria, adventure book in Moria, very much in keeping with the Tales from Eriador and Tales from the Lone Land, which are basically primarily about these are just adventure books, so scenarios that can be played through. Absolutely fantastic, these, by the way. But yeah, depending on which side you want to go down, I wouldn't personally, would I suggest one more than the other? I think, yeah, if you're used to playing 5th edition rules and you don't want to step away from that, you want to get into it straight away, then go down that route. Again, if you're looking for maybe a more thematic, accurate version of play, go for the One Ring. I'll be doing a full kind of breakdown of the differences between the two in further videos next month. And I'll be doing some solo playthroughs as well for kind of a little sessions for both the Strider mode and for that the Moria solo mode as well. I'll be covering both. But yeah, that stuff will be coming up next month as well. So if you want to see that, please, get a subscribe and tune in for it. And if you've got any thoughts on it, leave it in the comments, and I'd very much be interested to hear from you. If you have any questions about the differences between the two, or anything about a particular book or anything like that, then yeah, please let me know and I'll get back to you. So thanks very much for watching, guys. Much appreciated. I will see you later.